Title: Extra. Extra. Read all about it. LA Times newsroom to bid adieu to 13% of journalists. TLDR. Hey there, you time-crunching news hounds. The Los Angeles Times, one of the most iconic newspapers in America, just announced plans to trim its workforce. Roughly 13% of journalists may need to trade their newsroom coffee for a steaming cup of job hunt. All this goes down despite billionaire owner Patrick Soon-Shiong's previous promises to safeguard the paper from the cutback carnage. Crack open your morning brew and get ready to dive into a world where print meets pixel, and stability meets uncertainty. The Los Angeles Times, a news heavyweight, recently broke some not-so-good news to its newsroom. They're looking to let go of around 13% of their journalism staff, which is pretty much like dropping a news bomb in the middle of your own office. A few years ago, in 2018, our homeboy billionaire entrepreneur and investor, Patrick Soon-Shiong, swooped in, bought the LA Times and promised to be the paper's shining knight, protecting it from the cutbacks that had previously haunted the publication. It was a Disney-worthy fairy tale, a billionaire saving the damsel in distress newspaper. But hey, are fairy tales real? While the pandemic did see a minor round of layoffs, the current announcement is the first big swing of the axe since Patrick's takeover. How's that for a plot twist? But wait, what's the reason behind this seemingly sudden decision? The paper's brass and labor union had even worked out a neat little work-sharing deal and furloughs to avoid layoffs. So, what gives? As expected, the announcement to cut the workforce came with a sweet sprinkling of corporate lingo, a classic "it's not you, it's us" moment, with execs citing a need to adapt to a digital-first strategy. Hold up. Isn't a room full of journalists exactly what you need in a digital world hungry for quality content? Or is there something else brewing in the LA Times pot that we can't sniff yet? It's an interesting state of affairs, especially when journalism is needed more than ever to hold power accountable and uplift community voices. As we all know, quality journalism ain't free, so what does this mean for local news and the people who rely on it? And, perhaps even more importantly, what's it mean for those 13% journalists who, after years of fighting fake news, now have to fight for their jobs? Is it time to question the state of print media once again? Is journalism as a career losing its charm in the era of influencers and TikTokers? So, tell us, news lovers, what do you think of this shake-up? Does it signal a changing media landscape where print has to bow to digital? Or is it just a one-off, an unfortunate side effect of the economic roller coaster ride we've been on for the past few years? And the big one, will this move bring about a revival of journalism or bury it deeper under the digital pile? It's your call. What's the word on the street? Remember, the news is as real as the people behind it. Just as real as your need for information, and just as real as the challenges facing the industry. Disclaimer, this article is not intended to